Now, we aren't new to seeing hybrid cars with Honda dealerships. A few years back, the car maker gave us the Civic Hybrid. Clearly, it was ahead of its time, and because of the lack of subsidies, it was priced quite expensive as well. But fast forward to 2006, times and policies have changed. This time around, for a little bit more money than the Civic Hybrid's launch price, you will be able to buy a car that is a size larger and with a lot of toys and with a hybrid powertrain. Check it out. Welcome the Honda Accord Hybrid. It brings back the iconic model name after a long gap. The car you see here is the 9th generation Accord with its midlife update. Its lines, shape and stance are quite similar to the model that we last saw on Indian roads, but the level of detailing is in a different league altogether. I particularly love the sharp nose and the array of LEDs that form the headlight assembly. It reminds me of the new NSX. The tail is a bit BMW thanks to those tail lights. But look at the car from any angle and there's a sense of generous proportions to this car. Compared to the previous generation of Accords, the new design looks classier. I won't call it the best looker in the segment with the Skoda Superb sitting there with its ready-to-pound stance, but the Accord certainly carves a niche for itself by looking more futuristic and tech-laden. And tech-laden it certainly is. The cabin has a sophisticated multi-layered design like we saw on the CR-V. This one looks more polished though, and the multiple screens are more purposeful. The large screen at the bottom is the usual touchscreen infotainment system, while the smaller screen on the top is controlled via the steering wheel and works with the audio system, the reversing camera and the unique wing mirror mounted camera as well. The latter is Honda's idea of providing blind spot assistance instead of the conventional blinking light in the outside rearview mirror. It only assists with the left-hand side though. There is a rich multi-info display as well with a large analog speedometer in the center, flanked by digital readouts for various hybrid modes that the Accord comes with. The car also gets an intelligent dual-zone air conditioning system that detects the intensity and the direction of the sunlight to efficiently cool the cabin. Now that's the kind of stuff you get in a Mercedes-Benz S-Class. The cabin can also be pre-cooled for the occupants by a nifty little function on the car's key. The Honda Accord has always been known for offering high levels of comfort no matter which seat you have occupied, and that remains true for the 9th generation model as well. The rear seats are quite spacious and supportive and can even seat 3 adults in comfort. I like the seat cushioning and the angle of the backrest, though it cannot be adjusted for recline like in the Camry. In fact, they can't be folded either thanks to the battery pack. We have had very little time with this car to be able to comment on the comfort levels, but these should be good for long distance journeys as well. The front seats are generously sized too and quite supportive. The driver gets an 8-way power seat with power lumbar support and 2 memory functions, while the passenger seat is 4-way adjustable. The Accord has also been popular with those who love to drive, and from this end of the car, it will take on the likes of the Superb. We will drive them back to back at a later date to find out which one is better. But for now, let's see what this one has to offer. So under the bonnet is a 2-litre 4-cylinder iVTEC petrol motor. Designed to be a frugal engine, puts out a little over 145 PS of power, and the torque is quite decent at 175 Newton meters. It's mated to an electric propulsion system that is capable of delivering 185 PS of power and 315 Newton meters of torque. Combined, the hybrid setup is good for 215 PS, which makes it the most powerful car in its class. But it doesn't feel like one. So if you have loved your Accords for the sportier side, then this one isn't going to excite you much. This is more of an eco-friendly and frugal luxury sedan. The engine chucks the conventional CVT for 2 electric motors, one that powers the wheel and the other that is driven by the engine to generate electricity. The propulsion motor is driven by an intelligent power unit that consists of a DC-DC converter and a 1.3 kWh battery pack, which uses lithium-ion batteries, which are lighter but more expensive than the Camry's nickel batteries. The hybrid system has 3 driving modes. So the pure EV mode can be activated with this little switch next to the gear selector. The range on pure electric propulsion is hardly 1 or 2 kilometers, which is decent for stop-and-go traffic to move out of your neighborhood. That's about it. In pure EV mode, you will be able to reach speeds of up to 60 kilometers an hour, beyond which, or under relatively hard acceleration, the petrol motor is dialed in for a series hybrid propulsion. This is called the hybrid drive mode, which will be used more commonly on your daily commutes. Here, the propulsion motor powers the wheels, while the engine provides power to the generator motor, which in turn charges the battery pack. The third mode is the engine drive mode for quick overtakes or acceleration, where both the petrol motor and the electric motor can provide propulsion as a parallel hybrid setup. There's also a sport mode, again activated with a switch next to the gear selector. It does improve the throttle response a bit as compared to the regular drive mode or the economy modes. Now Honda says that it will not have any big impact on the acceleration time, 0 to 100, etc. But it does give you a better power delivery, so when you want to enjoy the car around twisties, it gives you the additional power. Finally, there is a B or a brake mode which bumps up brake energy regeneration and in turn provides stronger engine braking when lifting off the accelerator. So it is also good for spirited driving on mountain roads. But spirited driving doesn't seem like its thing. The soft suspension has a fair bit of body roll and nosedive, and the steering, though quite precise in its operation, has very little feedback. A plush ride and a comfortable drive are its areas of focus. The cabin has excellent noise insulation, so there's hardly any road or wind noise creeping in at even highway speeds. So this is a nice place to be in no matter what seat you are seated in. The new Accord uses an active noise cancellation system that makes use of microphones, an electric processor and the car's speakers to cancel out low frequency sounds. The cabin quietness therefore is on par or even better than some of the German limos. In terms of safety, front, side and curtain airbags are standard, as is the ESP, traction control, hill assist, 4-channel ABS and brake assist. Honda claims that the Accord's chassis is designed to be both impact absorbing as well as pedestrian safe. So this car is everything that you expect an Accord to be. It looks good, is spacious and has a very good kit. It also comes with this hybrid powertrain that not only makes it very frugal but also brings down the running costs to a level which were unheard of until now on a Honda Accord. So in that sense, it's also a very responsive buy in today's environmentally conscious world. But is it the best buy? That's something that we need to find out when we pit this car against its class rivals.